And we're back for Let's Play Uru Complete Chronicles. Last time we got from the entry building of Garrison to this much larger structure. So this will be something. That's a big suit. What's this do? Whoop! Well, look, I'm a common rider. Yeah, I'll go with common rider Aegis, like the ancient Greek armor thing. That was also a golden fleece. And also Aegis, because mist, funny. Still looks cool though, let me tell you. Then we got this thing over here. The wall. In Myst Online, it involves, there's a little game you can play with the wall. Basically it's set up so that, guys in the chair set up a labyrinth for, set up a series of barriers on the wall that the guys in the suits on the other team cannot see. So they gotta do it blind, learn from their mistakes, try not to fall too far. First one to the top wins, of course. What's over here? Ah, journey cloth. Perfect timing. Okay. This is a map of the place, along with some viewing screens for the game, I suppose. Yoink. Simpson, don't mention anything about the upper area of the fortress in your Garrison report. Don't want people wandering all over Teledon looking for that weird link stone. Sharper. Garrison, okay. Analysis. Author Simpson. Transcribed from voice recorder. Age is Garrison. Multiple trips across 2001 and 2002. Okay, one thing seems immediately obvious. This place was built for security. No one could write a link anywhere in this place or the next. It was obviously a maintainer facility of some kind. It doesn't seem that it was for general guild members. By that I mean it was limited to at least the higher ranking members. As to how they got the first link written here, I don't know. Probably while I was under construction. Does seem pretty obvious that it's not going to happen again unless something major happens to this place. I should say that Kodama has some theories about the age that have held up so far. May have been a special forces of a sort for the maintainers. Started later, mid-8000s, became somewhat of a research and development arm for the Maintainers Guild. No, worth mentioning though. There are quite a few mentions of such groups in other docs Kodama has found or at least seen. Entrance. To begin with, I'd wager that no one other than a high-ranking government official or similar ever even made it to this room. That's just my guess, but it seems pretty sound. I don't think any school buddies or girlfriends dropped by to see their maintainer friend. The linking book we found was deep within the Maintainer Guild, sure was well guarded in its day. You can see right off the bat the entrance was extremely secure. Thick walls, one door, a high window, sniper maybe. If you manage to get in with a bomb or something, it's not going to do any noticeable damage. I love the maintainer symbol on the floor and everywhere else you look, as though I might forget and wonder where I am. Waiting room. So visitors are escorted to this little waiting room. There's a window on one side, looks almost like a ticket window. Maybe turn in weapons or goods that aren't allowed. Maybe books. I'm sure you don't want books in here. Yeah, looks like mainly for books. There's another ticket window on the other side, although this one looks different. Pretty sure those are beetle cages on the other side. What about beetles? Beetles that sought out ink. Somebody would just tell me there are all kinds of references to them in other docs. You didn't make it past this room with a book. As well, the doors never open at the same time. So even if you somehow make it out of the entrance room, you're still not going to make it past these mammoth doors out of the waiting area. Halls. Looks like the hall ran along the entire circumference of the building. There are plenty of rooms. I'll just try to hit them one at a time. First is an elevator, though. However, it looks like it's only down. Wonder if it was always that way. More security, I guess. Once you've made it into the halls, there's still nowhere to go, at least if they didn't want you going anywhere. Lockers. I'd think that any books that were brought to this age were kept in the lockers. I'd imagine that some of the workers here are frequent visitors, also kept some equipment, but I could be wrong on that. Looks like they kept some maintainer gear as well. Markers, helmets, etc. Seems a little out of place, honestly. Keys. Okay, things are becoming a little more clear now. Just had a long chat with Flaxman and researched some different docks over in the city that Nick had. Looks like the current condition I'm seeing was not the original condition. The key was a major development, not just for the guild, but also apparently for all citizens. Turns out they were just starting to hand the keys out to the public around the time of the fall. Nice timing. So it looks like they had done some renovations in order to facilitate the mass amounts of visitors that would be coming in order to retrieve keys. Turns out my little girlfriend analogy is pretty much completely wrong. Good to know. Girlfriends and more were going to start coming here, at least to the open sections. Kodama corrected me. We actually found multiple books in neighborhoods, as well as the guard maintainer book I mentioned earlier. Whoops. So, visitors come in, walk through the doors, beetles check for books, and they walk down the hall to the key room. Get a key and link out. Guards were probably at the up elevator, which is just behind this room. If they did happen to bring any illegal items, they'd get them back from the other side of the locker room, and off they'd go back home with their new shiny key. Makes more sense as to why the maintainer paraphernalia was in the locker rooms too. Probably a little display type thing for all the visitors to impress them. Warehouse. Quite a bit of goodies in here, all which I'm sure most visitors never saw. Pretty bad cave-in from the floor above, although Engberg says structurally the place seems alright. He's doing more detailed inspections soon. Looks like most of these crates are filled with key maintenance type equipment, as well as a lot of spare parts. Variety, I mean. Etc. Ah, no. Laxman will have to give this place a good inspection. I'm sure he'll love going through it all, but beyond me, I know that. Beetle cages. Convenient cave-in. Not sure how one's supposed to get into beetle cages without it. No idea how they did it. Link, maybe. Regardless, pretty positive the cages were for beetles. Symbols on the front and quite a bit of remnants in some of the dirtier cages. We'll have to clean those up. Wonder when they all died. Speaking of access, another question. How'd they get to the second floor? Elevator skipped the middle floor. More security, I suppose. Second floor. Destruction was a little more substantial than I thought. Looks like it tore out a section of the outer wall, even. I'm going to get out of here until Ingberg can come back again. Been a few days, but I'm back. I'm no expert, so I guess I'll have to trust Ingberg. But, he said this whole thing is one of the most solid, heavy pieces of construction he's ever seen. It's safe, he assures me. If I die here and someone retrieves this recording, please sue him for me. Noted. Second floor looks similar to the first. Outer hall and a number of rooms. You have to remember that very few people probably ever walk these halls. There's no access via elevators, stairs, anything to get here. I assume it had to be done via a linking book, which is probably somewhere in the city. I suppose there could be a way to stop those elevators on the middle floor, but I doubt it. Regardless, this floor was extremely secure. Book access only, I'm guessing. Guard lounge, next to the observation room. At least that's what I assume it was. Is what looks like a guard lounge. Looks like they stayed here for long amounts of time. There are beds in here, as well as couches. I assume these guys manned a window observation post thing while visitors were coming in. Guard lockers. More lockers similar to the set downstairs. Although these are manned with some heavy equipment. I'm sure Watson will want to see this stuff and keep it locked up well. In fact, I'm not even going to go into detail about it here. Laxman can write all about this stuff in a later report. I will say I didn't know that any had these kinds of technology. Ooh, we got guns? I think we got guns. Gear room. Now I see why this floor was so secure. Looks like the old power structure for the building is here. Amazing construction. The entire building looks to have been powered by some underground water source that caused it to turn. They implemented a gear that would grab onto teeth in the ground outside and provide them a power source as well. Talking about killing two giant birds with one stone. Pretty amazing. Power looks somewhat complicated. Seems as though there were at least occasions that power was turned off, as there are obviously controls to do that, then start again. I'm heading to the top. Okay. Wow, I thought this building was big. The main portion is absolutely giant. And rotating too, of course. I'm overcome with the amount of work put into this place just for security. It's everywhere. Almost comical picturing government officials walking the same paths I am. Amazing. To get to the other side, looks like one had to walk across the bridge to the rock pinnacle. Almost said pickle for some reason. The first place since we've arrived that we're able to save a link. And it's not big. And there's a massive structure facing you if you did. Pretty funny to try to picture an army invading. All of them bunched up on this stone waiting for these bridges to rotate. What the? My gosh. The creatures. These things are something out of a horror movie. I've been up here a little while and I don't see them often, but I do. They are scaring me to death. I'm beginning to understand defenses and structures a little better. Perhaps some were designed to keep the creatures out more than keep visitors in. Don't hang out in these woods unless you have a big gun. Another bridge to make the main portion of this place more security. I will say that the platform between the bridges seems to have eroded. At one time, crossing the bridge was probably a security feature to ensure manageable groups would approach the larger building one at a time. But I would wager it was still a lot easier than it is now. The erosion of the platform between the bridges has made it a little rougher. I suppose the maintainers would like it even more in its current condition. Mudrooms. Not really sure what to call these things, but they remind me of mudrooms, so I'll call them that. Not much here. Looks like each bridge has a mudroom attached to it with another group of doors, etc. There doesn't seem to be any kind of decompression or decontamination going on here. Really, they seem to be nothing more than another spot for another set of doors. Another secure location. Training center. I was going to go through each of the rooms here, but after making a quick overview, I think I'll just start with the entire thing. There are 3 types of rooms attached in the building, 2 of each kind. There's a control room, 1 purple and 1 yellow, a display room, 1 purple and 1 yellow, and then a conference room. Though these aren't colored, I assume there is 1 for each team. The entire building seems to be centered on the massive wall in the middle. Control rooms control the wall, the display rooms display the uniforms that were worn in the wall, I presume. And the conference rooms allow the government visitors and high-ranking officials to confer about those training on the wall, see. So, control rooms first. Control rooms. I'm not going to get into controls for the wall in this talk, let Laxman do that some other time. Regardless, the panel here obviously controls the wall. The wall was used for training as well as testing of various suits. I believe the central room could get pretty hot, cold, smoky, or anything else I can imagine pretty quick. It's a competition. Whoever could get to the top the quickest. Teams would set up obstacles and members would race. There's a side tunnel that provides access to the display rooms and the control room. Displays. Not sure that these were originally display rooms. Maybe they were. Either way, there are quite a few old maintainer suits in here. There's also the latest maintainer suit, or skin, here. Because it's a machine to put on the latest maintainer suit is in here. Now that we've had some time to take a look at this is incredible. We're talking about a suit that was skin tight and had linking abilities, etc. built in. Very high tech for as far as maintainer suits go. Very impressive. And the maintainer would fall down to shoot, and while traveling to the interior room / the wall, the suit would be placed on him. I'm begging to try this thing, but DRC is insistent no one does. Laxman already has someone on it trying to figure out more. On the first one they do. I think these rooms could basically be described as locker rooms. Conference rooms. Well, I guess these rooms are for where the bigwigs sat down and talked about their maintainers. Obviously, they're set up to watch the wall, and there are displays that show the patterns being built and played on the wall. We'll never know, but I can see the guild masters in here watching their teams compete, preparing to send them out to some radioactive fireball age to see if their new suits can stand the elements. Upper portions. I'm not going up now, but we do know the upper portions were used as prison cells. Typical Dunny technology. They had a single linking book that went through all the cells. Since the building was already rotating, a very complicated linking apparatus and timing mechanism was associated with the book. The timing of the link would determine which cell the person linked to. Apparently it was very tight. Oh boy. Speaking of linking, the entire building is rotating as well. Seems that most visitors came on the path from the well, although there were also books directly to this building. There had to be. Seems that many of them also use a time mechanism to link into specific rooms. Looks like another new feature designed and built by these guys. One of many, I'm sure. I'm just wondering where the main research labs were. Or better yet, where'd everyone sleep or eat? Okay then. Presumably there's more where that came from if there's a second conference room, you know? No. Da, 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 Can I sit in the chair? I cannot sit in the chair. Okay. Hold on, I'm checking the walls for any linking panels. No. Crying shame. You know what? I think we found all the panels we can access here. Also, I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold on. Sorry about that. Should have timed my recording session a bit better. No. Stuff happens, I guess. Alright, what's that constants room numero dos? This title key. The key. Base functions. Day number 3 on the back of all these devices. 3 functions? There's certainly more than that. 3 core functions. In any case, it's a convenient name, key. You got the Nexus interface. The Nexus seems to be just an interpreter for key data. Keys allow users to provide or decline book access to other keys. I think we could make this work for neighborhoods as well. Age names define that the key appear in the Nexus, or should. Interpersonal communication, obviously the most important function, voice or text communication to other key users. Inter or intra-age, it doesn't seem to matter. We're talking 3 dimensions, that's cool. Image capture, storage, and transfer. Simple button press captures an image and stores it within an appropriate age directory. Images can be sent to other keys as well as uploaded to some imagers depending on versions. Seems main servers coordinated this functionality. Might be tough to revive. Good boy. Journal entry, storage, and transfer. Fairly simple. Write notes and store them. Again, server handles transfer journal. Key to key or key to imager. Markers. The ability to drop and collect markers at the operator's present location in an age. Layers of functionality here. Requires more research. Perhaps this feature could be tapped to help with the GZ problem. Interesting. Doors. In this age, the key, even at its most basic level, open level 1 doors. Level 2 and 3 doors require higher versions. There is much more variety to these devices than we first suspected. The dispenser is capable of handing out at least 5 versions and possibly more. Feature set varies widely. Must have been a system to control and track these devices. Where? Imager built into the unit is surprisingly compact and efficient. Uses the same blasted lattice compression system, for lack of a better word. I have to crack that. Powerful projection for something that fits on the top of a hand. Markers. Purpose. Perhaps a training tool for maintainers. Markers could be set up and recruits and or lower ranks run through the course. Interface. Keys interact with markers in 3 ways. Team capture. Once all the markers are placed, there are 2 teams that can collect markers. The key registers the marker to a respective team. Markers can vanish after a time limit or after all have been registered. Markers must be in the same age. Test. Can markers be reset? Hold. Again 2 teams. Markers only vanish after a preset time limit is expired. Markers do not disappear upon being activated, although a server keeps track of what team is holding it. Server summarizes the team holding most markers at the end of the time limit. Markers must be in the same age. Oh, so like, capture the flag? No, King of the Hill. Capture the flag, King of the Hill. And then we just got single capture. Only one individual key can register markers. Markers also carry text. Entire marker set can be sent via key to another key anywhere in the system. Markers can be placed in any age. So that's just leaving notes for your friends, I guess. In little spots for them. Markers themselves seem identical to those produced by the Great Zero. In fact, I'm positive the same technology is being used, if not the Great Zero itself. It's possible the keys are communicating with the Zero itself and writing these marks anywhere they are registered. Problem with that theory. Maintainer markers and such. Key registration. Key tracks of others' keys on 3 levels. Enter age. Any other key within the age is logged and on in display. Key to key. Any individual key can be registered for specific tracking. As a result, no matter where that key is, journals, photos, etc. can be sent and communication can occur. Perhaps this was used for temporary or semi-permanent team missions. For our purpose, friends list. Groups. The key also recognizes groups somehow related to the Nexus. Seems possible, if properly configured, to support neighborhood lists with this function. Okay, that was a bit shorter than the previous one. Most of these things are working. Here's a map of the wall. Couple, in fact. And, well, that's the map again for the structure I mentioned. Here's something. Whoop. Bit of a fall. Whatever. Well, suppose we could go back and look for more, things, you know? There should be one around here, you know? I think, like, we're still missing 2 journey cloths, so we can't actually... Where even is the journey door, anyways? Or, like, there was one in the tree in the cleft, but, like, I don't know where I'm supposed to plug these into. Yeah, no keys here. Or journey cloths, I mean. Well, don't even know where they're supposed to go, so let's try to find that, I guess. Maybe outside somewhere? I do appreciate the cool suit, at least. That's something. try one to the left, maybe two to the left even, because we're clearly on the other side of the building. Cold feet, I guess. Gotta be somewhere around here, you know? They see me running, they eating. I don't know. Very cool door, let me tell you. I think that's closer to it. Or no, I've just missed it. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Good to know. Man, I really look good in this suit, don't I? Whoa. Heard a monster in the trees. Maybe there's a life form here, but like, apparently they're pretty monstrous to anyone with human perception or whatever, you know, just like a bunch of claws and whatnot, probably. Alright, let's see if that bug still applies. No, we're here. Just save that, I guess. Seriously, there should be something here. Wait. Ain't that a platform and a half? Whoop. Well, nope, nope, whoop, whoop. Well, I saw it at least. I think you're supposed to right-click to look around. Yeah, right-click to look around. Okay. Well, you know, we probably can't enter it without the other two journey bits. And those other two journey bits are probably at Teledon, so, because of that journal we read, so, we'll go there next time, I suppose.